Hi everyone, I'm Sully. I'm here at Desert City Games with my friend Brock here. Brock's gonna go over today. We have the Grand Archive demo decks from 2023. If you go to a store that plays Grand Archive, you probably will find some of these there. And if you wanted to try it out, it's the best way of doing it. So Brock plays Grand Archive. I've never played it before. I've seen it played, but I haven't played it. So he's gonna go through and explain how the games work. So thank you very much, Brock.
Yeah, no worries. So it comes with two decks, Fire and Wind. Sully's going to be playing on Fire here. It is more an aggro playstyle. I will be doing Wind. I have, in about a year and a half, I've been playing Grand Archive, only exclusively play Wind. I really like mid-rangers. So just one thing before we start that I'm going to go over is we've got a health tracker. Grand Archive does it a little different. You can see on here there is a 15. Instead of counting down your health, you count up the damage you've taken. So, just starting with this, let's grab our decks.
Yeah.
These are completely brand new, so they're not sorted yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
They are sorted, they're not playable.
What you're going to need to do is take the first, it's typically 12 cards. Okay, it's less in this case. All the cards with a blue symbol on
The
them.
blue cost.
So, this is what's known as your material deck. It is a separate deck. It is your hero and their levels, some equipment, and that's it. The really cool thing with this is, aside from it being separate, at any point in the game, you can look at this material deck. So it could be in the middle of your turn, or it could be, I really don't know, okay, I want to play it. You can do that.
So it seems like a lot of different swords in this one, and a
Yeah.
magic bauble.
It's more, we come from a flesh and blood background. It is more your hero and equipment. Equipment comes in a different way.
Cool.
So put all those face down. It doesn't matter because you can look at it at any time. It doesn't need to be shuffled. It's not I play off top. Yep.
Oh, that should approximate.
And this is the interesting thing. Your hero and this also goes in this pile.
And even the
In
baseball?
your spirit, you start as nothing.
Okay.
Game starts really interesting that way. So,
Cool. So I start as nothing.
yeah. I'll go first only just to show you a little thing.
We will need to
Yes.
shuffle.
We'll
So
start with...
We'll put a cut in there.
Okay. So, with this, we have our decks ready to cut. We'll cut them. This is where it gets interesting, where a lot of games will say you need to roll to see who goes first and everything. In this case, the way it works is you roll for... Whoever wins the dice roll must go first. It's not a choice.
Oh, okay.
You have to.
So
4.
that's a 4.
That's a 6.
That's
There we go. All right.
One on one dice.
Didn't even have to stack it.
Okay.
Very first thing you do is from your material deck, get your spirit. You don't do this. This is what's interesting.
Oh,
because
okay.
you don't have a spirit yet, you will not be a valid target to attack.
So I'm not able to be attacked at all. So this is just
Whatsoever.
purely a setup turn for you.
And it has to be. That's
Okay.
where the dice roll thing becomes very interesting. Other thing, Grand Archive is a best of 3 format, and you are not allowed to sideboard until the second game.
Okay.
So, we start with this, Spirit of Wind. On enter, draw 7 cards. This determines my hand size. There are a couple of other ones, but
I'm assuming a few have more, a few have less, I imagine, but mostly probably around 7.
6 to 7.
6 to 7.
So, I have my 7. I picked up my cards. I have stared at my cards. I recognize lots of these. I play lots of them.
I'm gonna lose.
So I'm going to play somebody called Esteemed Knight.
Okay. So how does playing work?
So, interesting thing with this guy here. So, my cost is 3. I'm going to just start from top of card. To pay for it, similar to Magic, you have to, in this case, pay 3.
Okay.
But similar to Fab, where you have to pay a resource, you pay with the cards in your hand.
Okay.
So I put down 1 card, 2 card, 3. Each card is worth 1.
Cool.
I've now paid the cost. He has some various text.
Which will I assume come into place. Intercept is probably can be used to block.
Intersect can be used to block, but the interesting thing is, as a class bonus, you must be a warrior. And
Okay.
as a spirit, I'm just a spirit, so I don't get those abilities.
Oh, okay, so you have to have the appropriate class bonus for them. So some might have, as your character, as I know that your characters level up, and you get more health, you might get a bonus that's for your level 2 or level 3 character.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or specific elements. This is just a norm element. One of the really interesting things is in Grand Archive there is the class bonus, but let's say you're a mage, you can still play this guy.
You just don't get the class bonus.
You just don't get the class bonus. You
Okay.
can play any card in Grand Archive whatsoever.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's how you pay. This is what's known as your memory. It's what you use to pay for cards out of your material deck.
Okay.
I will show how that interaction goes next round here.
Sounds good.
For the meantime, I will then follow up with a card known as Swift Recruit.
Thing 2. This has intercept innately and...
An interesting thing called Floating Memory. So what Floating Memory is when this guy dies, and he's in my graveyard, you have total 3 zones. Your deck, graveyard, and banish zone.
Yep.
When he's in here, if I wanted to pay for a card out of my material deck, I can instead banish him from my graveyard.
Okay, so it's just a you have this in the future for whenever you need to.
Yes.
Cool.
And then that is simply my turn, because you don't exist as
I don't
a hero.
exist. You can't do anything to attack. Is it the same thing as like magic with summoning sickness?
No summoning sickness.
Okay,
These
so you
guys
can-
can straight out of the bat just start whacking.
Perfect. Awesome.
The other thing is, unlike magic, where you can just determine if things are going to block, unless as intercept, when you declare something as a target, that is the target.
Got it.
There are a couple of things. There'll be weapon attacks, or just attacks from a hero. Those, once you've done that, you show that
You
are
showed
tapped
you've
and you have
activated.
done.
It's a once per turn action, I assume.
I didn't use anything because you don't exist as spirit, so...
Cool. We'll get into that in the next one as we go here. So it goes over to me. Do you get those cards back?
I will show you what happens in the next turn here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get ahead of ourselves. So I now reveal what I am. So even before, you wouldn't know who I'm playing if we were to show up at a tournament.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know who you're playing either, obviously, until you go over turn 0.
And the interesting thing is, you know I am playing Wind. I have shown you one of 3 things. That's it. You don't know if I'm playing. Technically, you know who I'm playing, but you don't know which hero, what class I'm doing, what my game style is.
I actually don't, because I don't know what's going on.
I also have not stared at this deck, so I have no idea what's in it.
Cool.
I'm just happy to see these cards.
That is a lot of... Why is this the same cost as one of those? We'll figure this out as we go.
The best advice I can give you is, typically in this game, because these are starter decks just with a couple of allies and everything, the big thing is board control. Can you make sure your opponent doesn't have anything and that...
Yep.
Yeah.
And to give my turn some context here, I will get those cards that I put down back at the start of my next turn, I'm presuming?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, may as well explain that, because, otherwise, oh god, will I ever get these cards again?
All right. I have a plan. No, I need class bonus for that. So, I think I don't know why this one is in there. So we're going to put Hasty Messenger. Oh, on attack. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yep. No summoning sickness, so they'll be
No
able to
summoning
attack.
sickness, and then I don't want this one or this one right now this turn, so they're going to be down like that.
There you
go. Do I, if I have floating memory as a class bonus, I still have to have it activated. If it's in the graveyard, I still have to have the learning
you
purposes.
can't use it to pay for it until you are that class.
Gotcha.
Now the interesting thing is, if it ends up there anyways, once you level up, then you gain floating memory pretty much. So you can set up things for later on.
Gotcha. So then, before I do anything else, we're going to attack, and I can choose to attack
anything
on the board.
I could have these retaliate, but that is always a choice.
Retaliate allows you to, because you have intercept, right?
Yeah, or if you chose to, let's say, just attack them, I could tap him and go, he is retaliated.
Oh, now, okay, so you can elect to choose the damage back.
Yes.
But now, if I attack you, they don't get a chance to retaliate?
So here's where it gets interesting. Let's say you attack me with this.
Yep.
I intercept the Swift Recruit and then choose to retaliate. He is not allowed to retaliate intercept any.
Okay.
But if I just intercept, he takes the damage, but he can intercept again.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Interesting little mechanics that way.
Okay. So
The other thing is, I realized I should mention this because it won't be too clear. There's no you put down monsters or allies and then move to attack. It's fluid. You can go, I place, attack, place,
and that's kind of my intention for what I'm going to do here.
So go right ahead.
So I will attack. Swift Recruit.
Okay.
With this. So it will deal 1 damage. You can choose to retaliate should you want to, right?
I'm going to choose to not, so my 1 to show.
Reinstate 1 damage on there.
So now you have an on attack.
I have an on attack.
Discard a fire card, I believe?
Discard
a card.
A card. I'm going to discard Veteran Soldier.
Yep.
Because of Floating Memory.
Yep.
Wherever,
just keep it consistent is typically the way most people.
Okay.
Some people like to play it up top, some like to play it up
There's
bottom.
not a specific order for it?
Not that I know of.
I'm going to keep it consistent with Fab because that's going to be my habit. So Graveyard up here, Banish Zone down here.
There you go.
I discarded a card, so I get to draw a card.
There you go.
So now I can pay for one of my equipment with the Flowing Memory? Or was that the start of turn?
That is a start of turn thing.
Okay.
We'll go
next turn I can do that.
It's known as the recollection phase, and in the first turn of the game, you always skip it.
Gotcha. Okay. Try to read a few things here. Don't think I actually want to play out all my cards, so I'm just going to do that.
Nice.
With another one, and I will attack into Swift Recruit here.
And Swift Recruit will retaliate, dealing 8 damage, and then die.
And I assume it refreshes at the start, or is it?
Yep. At the end of your turn, it will always reset.
So I have 1 card in hand. I will declare end of my turn.
Yep. Don't forget to. Nope. So this is where it gets interesting. It's not at the end of your turn. It's a turn when they set up. It's at the beginning.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'll show you some stuff.
Yep. Yeah. So I can no longer retaliate.
They can't retaliate, but they lose the damage.
Cool.
Moving on to the first turn. Well, yeah, turn.
Yep. I'm going to look at my stuff while
I'm going to choose Life Essence Ammo. So this is just a basic item. Whenever an ally I control dies, I can banish this and draw a card when it is not my turn. Now, if this had a cost, I would have to pay with cards from memory or floating memory. It does not. So, I will now do what is known as recollecting, drawing the cards in my memory back up, and drawing 1 card per turn.
Gotcha. Can you play multiple from your deck here in
1 per turn?
1 per turn. Okay, because I noticed a bunch of 0 costs, and I was like, can I just dump all these out at one time? Like, that may answer that question.
You can, and depends how you build your deck. The big thing with it is you have to pay either with floating memory or cards from your memory. So when you get these back, it gives you less to be able to do. I am going to, mostly just to show you something.
Sure.
So 1, 2, 3. So this has a class bonus called Vigor, which is at the end of your turn, beginning of your end phase, they wake up, if you are this hero. So that is, yeah.
Makes sense. But we are both currently still spirits, so not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So, I don't like your board state. It scares me.
As it should. That's the intention.
I'm going to have my esteemed knight attack your honorable vanguard for 2.
It will die. Because I can't retaliate at this point. And even if I could, it's not going to do anything because it won't matter. So now I have 2 floating memory.
Then I'm going to do something interesting. This hasty messenger scares me, but I'm more scared of you. I will have my Wind Rider attack you directly for 2 damage.
I don't have anything to stop that, so I will take 2.
And there you go. With that, 2 cards in hand, 3 in memory. I will pass over to you.
So, start of my turn. Before I draw up or anything, I do this.
Yes. You can choose any card as long as you can pay the cost.
And if it is a hero card, I can play floating memory and material as a weapon card to cost 0 from my material deck being this.
Yep.
So
you effectively get 2.
I effectively get 2. What do I have in my hand?
I will help you. You have 2 floating memory here.
I was seeing if I wanted to, because if I wanted to activate my class bonuses. if I had cards
There
that
you
have
go.
class bonuses I want to activate, which I will. So I will activate my hero, so level up to, this is what, level 1.
Yep.
I will have to banish one of these to pay for its cost, and then I can materialize a card with cost 0 for my weapon. So
And so here's the interesting thing. I dealt 2 damage to you. You now have 18 more health, a total of 18 health instead of 13.
yes,
Because
this card's in my hand.
on average, heroes gain about 4 to 5 health every time you level.
And I assume the little shield card is how much times you can use it.
Yes, durability.
I have something that buys this stuff here. Not quite. Sorry, there's a lot of reading here.
This is a very reading intensive game. A lot of these have a lot of text. Some of them are fun, some of them are just, you have to read them to understand.
We'll just bring out Sword of Seeking.
There you go.
Not the other one yet, but that's okay. So then I draw these back up,
Yep.
and I draw a card.
And this person wakes up.
And that person wakes up.
Yeah, so interesting thing, True Sight, some cards have something called Stealth. True Sight allows you to attack those cards.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any stealth in this. We'll find out.
Yep. We'll learn together.
All right, and now you cannot retaliate on these ones.
That I cannot.
So, let's intercept. That's nice. Will this one not refresh with vigor? Oh, you're right.
I am not
Yes.
level 1 yet, so
Yes,
I
yes,
cannot.
yes.
That's where things get interesting is the game state can change turn to turn depending on if you level up.
All right. So, we're going to attack you directly.
I have no way to block this, so I will move to take 1.
On attack, I am going to discard.
Okay.
So I will discard a one that now has floating memory,
Yep.
and is a fire card, and I will draw a card.
Okay, I will take the 1 damage.
We are then going to say... I need a ruling on how this works.
Yep. Okay.
If I have activated my campaign to attack, obviously that part makes sense. Allies you control get +1 to end of turn. Until end of turn, draw a card into your memory.
This is one of my favorite cards. I run it a lot. It's really powerful. So the way it works is if your hero attacks, your sword attack is free, for example.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if it hits or what, but as long as they have attacked, you play this card after. This hero goes from this ally goes from a 1/2 to a 2/2.
Yep.
And you draw a card from the top of your deck into memory, which we'll get next.
Which I'll get next week. So okay, cool. I should have done this first before I attacked with that. That's
So
okay.
let's rewind. I know you discarded, but it's okay.
Yes. No, I was not the card I drew. I drew a different
okay.
card.
So let's rewind here.
Yeah.
I have 0 damage.
It was this one.
Yeah.
I believe that I drew. So
Okay, this goes back. So
I would have attacked.
put 1 counter on there.
Put 1 counter on there.
You don't need to tap that because it's only your hero that's attacking.
Yep.
What will you deal 1 damage to? Myself?
I would deal 1 damage to you because I do not know what card I am going to draw at this time yet. It would change once I know the card that is being drawn, but I don't know it yet, so...
Okay, and then you want Inspiring Call, which instead of costing 3, costs you 1 now.
Yep, which I will...
I didn't stare at the card, but I played it so many times.
Yep. Which will do that.
You then put this card on top to your memory.
Yep, this card goes to there.
And memory, you can look at it at any time.
Yeah, and I would say, like, okay, yes, this is what I thought this was.
Okay.
And then I would attack.
Okay, I will say no way to do this. I take the 2. You discard your
Discard a
card.
card.
Now you draw a card.
I draw a card. And so the new card now from the last one And then I'm going to do, I believe this is just as an attack. I will.
So, this is a warrior sword, and this would be an attack from your hero who is already tapped.
Okay. So it can't be from.
It can't be played in this case.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
So the other interesting thing, you can tap your hero, play an attack like that, and then use one of your counters to buff the damage.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can do that.
Okay.
So if your
I see.
opponent has like a 5 health thing, and you can only deal 3 with your sword, but you have a +2, well, a 2 attack, weapon attack, you can play the
Okay.
weapon attack, pop in the sword, go from there.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool. I like that.
It allows a deck to have an interesting change between a lot of allies and a lot of actions.
So then we'll play out,
There we go.
and then I will just attack you for 2.
Don't forget to pay the cost of 2 first.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All good.
Doesn't really matter in this situation. Those 2.
I will then take 2. So you got an additional 2 damage off of this, which is about half the damage you've done. So I will then wake on up, as it's known. You see, now I'm starting to get a little afraid. I'm taking damage.
Yep.
Lorraine
So
level 1. Then I will choose what's known as Ornamental Greatsword.
Yes.
On enter, target ally you control gains +1 attack until end of turn.
That was the other option I thought about bringing up too.
So
Well, we have the same cards.
3. I'll make this one stronger. It's fun. I will now. Oh, Pain with my Swift Recruit. I'll now take these 3.
Do you need to for that because that's a 0 cost?
Oh no, I'm picking them back up.
But you banish.
Lorraine level 1.
Oh,
+1.
right.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
I was
it's all
like,
good.
this costs 0. Yeah.
And then I will draw.
Okay.
I will play another favorite of mine, Crusader of Asia. They, in this case, are doggo.
we got visited by a doggo. Doggo. Maybe don't come over through here, dog. Okay. Let's watch the cables, doggo.
So I have played Crusader of Asia. He starts rested. This would be the equivalent of summoning sickness.
Yep. Awesome.
I'll put the 1 counter to show that. I will attack you with my Wind Rider Vanguard for 3.
I will take 3.
And then, in this case, I'm going to move to my end step. They lose the +1, and it's over to you.
Okay.
But now, I have someone who can intercept. Oh, and they wake up because of Vigor.
Yes.
So it's like I still have 2.
And I have no point in swapping out a new weapon because...
So, unlike Fab, where there's a maximum number of hand size, you can have as many weapons as you want.
Oh, you can. Okay.
You can only attack with 1 per turn, or use 1 to buff once per turn. But you can bring out as many as you'd like. 2 cards in hand, 3 in master.
We're just going to bring out a Life Essence Amulet as, I figure, a safe bet.
Don't forget to wake both your allies and hero up.
Just trying to... We're using the backsides of Flesh and Blood mats, so we're not advertising for a different game while playing a different one. And the backsides are very sticky. Go up 1. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Cool. So. I had a plan. I forgot the plan.
I know, just because you showed last turn, you have that weapon attack, which is 2 damage base.
2 damage base. It's 3 right now because 1 fire card in the graveyard.
Oh, I didn't read that bit.
For each fire elemental card in the graveyard. So, we're going to say, I don't like the fact that you have a board state, so what you do to me, I will do to you. But first off, oh, no, I can do this differently. I'm learning, it's scary. Tempered Steel, put a durability counter on target weapon I control, so I'll just take that one out. I'm assuming, because that's...
Just do it that way. Show you have 2.
So I have 2 counts, yeah. This goes to graveyard now, correct?
Yes.
What does the slow mean?
So, slow, to speak in Magic terms, slow can only be played on your turn. Fast can be played on opponent's turns.
Perfect.
Yeah, sorcery versus, I think it's flash.
I think so, yeah. Or instance, I'm
Instance and fab
incredibly
versus,
well
actions.
versed. Okay, I'm gonna allocate you control. If it's not your turn, you may banish life essence. Okay, so that's not an effect that I'm going to do this time. I am going to attack you on attack. Do I declare this and resolve the attack first, or do I do that on the discard draw?
I believe we resolve that first because it is an on attack. I have nothing to stop the attack from going through.
Gotcha.
And you declare the target as myself, right?
Yep. I'm going to discard a card to draw a card.
There you go.
What are you here?
I
Doesn't seem worth it.
I am not going to declare any defense or anything. I'll take 1.
Take 1. I am then going to go with... What do I not want to deal with? I can just attack you directly with a weapon.
Yes. There is nothing which states you must clear my board state. Some
might have a guard aspect or something like that, but
some people will even just solely focus on the hero just to try and... You only have a total of 15 health.
yeah.
If you don't have intercept, it can be very difficult to deal with people who just go ping, 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 ping.
I'm gonna do something like that. Firing momentum, paying 3. Gets +1 for each fire elemental card in my graveyard, being 1, 2, and 3. So coming in would be for 5, and I can add my weapon in onto this.
Yeah, you can use
Which
weapon.
would count as my hero attacking. Or no,
This
just
counts
adding
as your hero attacking. It would be +1, so for 6.
for 6 into yourself.
This scares me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I was like, I can clear out the board state. I can kill that. It's like, oh, wait. Let me just do damage. Okay.
And you're negating my life essence amulet because it doesn't do anything.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with this as well.
To me,
Just to you for 1.
I need to do something. I will intercept it and then retaliate, dealing 2 damage.
So it'll die.
It will die.
Gives me
Gives
more-
you floating memory.
Yep.
Okay, over to me here.
You got it.
Gonna start with waking up. What do I want? I could do the smart thing, or I can do probably the better, funnier thing. I'm gonna go to level 2. So I have no floating memory.
Yep.
It means I lose 2 of these 3 cards that you choose. You can either choose which one I keep or which 2 I lose.
Obviously, I don't get to look at them, but that one is the one you get to keep.
I lose. Oh, my Wind Rider and my Wind Cutter. These are 2 of my best cards.
Okay.
But now I'm level 2. On enter, any of my attacks have on kill draw a card.
Very nice.
Now I will draw an up. Sorry, +2 and on kill draw a card. I will now draw a card for turn. Did I really pull that? Jesus Christ.
The sigh doesn't make that sound good.
Okay, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to attack Hasty Messenger with my sword, which will swing in for 3 to them.
Okay. So this one will die.
Unless you have some way to prevent it.
I have no cards in hand.
Okay.
But when this dies, I'm going to activate Life Amulet, Banishing, and draw me a card.
I will draw a card for turn here. Well, sorry, draw a card off of that. I'm sorry. I play Wind, so I know how this works.
Oh, no, this is...
Banner Knight, Pain 2. The way he works is, as long as I am level 2 and a warrior,
You are.
all other allies and weapons I control gain +1.
Yep.
Flat. Even when retaliating. I'm then going to play an Inspiring Call, Pain 1. Because I've attacked. Everyone gains +1, draw a card in memory.
You got it.
So, here's where things get a little crazy. Swing into you for 4.
Okay, I need to... Does my hero count as a unit?
Yes.
I'm going to prevent the next 3 damage to be dealt this turn.
Take 1. I'm going to swing into you for 4. I'm going to swing into you for 4. I'm going to swing into you for 3. I'm out of tricks.
Yep. Very good. This was happy to draw.
That actually just saved you.
Yep.
I'm now going to end step. They wake up. But this is into a Wind Lorraine deck. Probably one of your strongest combos is a Banner Knight with Inspiring Call. Because the +2 makes each one of these double their strength.
Yeah, no, that's huge. It is fantastic.
Oh, and I used my Ornamental Greatsword. It only had 1.
Only had 1, so...
What happens is it doesn't go here. It goes to your Banish Zone.
Got it.
The base level 3 Lorraine that most people run has a, for every weapon in graveyard, your attacks gain +1.
Gotcha. Okay, and now, can I do enough damage this turn? Would be my question. Can I add multiple weapons to an attack?
Only 1.
Only
Maximum 1. So here's the interesting thing. I'm now at 24 max health.
Yep. I will also go to level 2.
You definitely have a floating memory.
I do.
There you go.
Floating memory. Take these back. Draw a card. No, I don't know if I will be able to do enough damage, however. Because I need to do 24, and I don't think I drew what I needed to do.
Nope, you need to do a total of 12.
Well, yeah, I need to bring you to 24, is what I was meaning in my head. Banner Knight is a constant effect, correct?
Yes. So anyone retaliating also gains the +1. Just had to look because I have another ally that I run in my main deck, which is human allies. There are many different subtypes.
Oh, maybe. I forgot the +2.
Yep, for this turn.
Savage. Slash.
Yep.
I don't think there's enough damage, but I'm not bothering doing the math beforehand. Adding in the sword attack.
That is a total of 5 damage.
That is a total of 5 damage, which will be dealt to... No, I can't do that anyway. If I draw a card and draw the card that I'm hoping for, which is the Fiery Momentum, which would do a lot. I've already tapped this turn, so that would not be able to be played. That'll be 5 damage into you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's tied.
This is destroyed. And then I will unfortunately have to pass on that.
Sometimes that's how it is. I'm gonna start with waking on up. I'm gonna choose Sword of Seeking now.
Yep.
2 uses. Drawing a card. Well, recollecting. Drawing a card. Attack you for 2. Sorry, 3. Because Banner Knight.
Mistake 3. Because I think you just have win on the table here.
Fortunately, I do, unless you've got a response.
No, I do not.
Yeah, because 1 and then 3.
Yep. No, it's like I drew another Savage Slash, and I was thinking that. Oh, I guess there wasn't another one of them.
So, small note on these starter decks, they're only 20 cards, standard
Yep.
is 60. Fire, just from looking at it, you were discarding a lot of your fire allies, which are probably some of your strongest.
Probably some of my strongest, but also I didn't look at these cards beforehand. I was fully expecting that I was going to get another Fiery Momentum.
Yeah.
And at that point, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Would have been... That was my intention of it.
I've been holding on to a deflecting edge this entire time. And I pulled a second. They're very interesting decks in which the way they interact with each other. Paired with also, to your credit, I I do this in my main games.
Oh,
I
yeah.
play a very ally-centric deck, so I know how important board control is.
So yeah, that's the first game. This one would be a best of 3.
Yep.
We're not going to do that today, just the best of 1. So hopefully this is a good walkthrough. And yeah, thank you very much, Brock. We appreciate it. We might get some more Grand Archive. I think there's an event coming up pretty soon here.
Might be either store championships for Abyssal Heaven here, or the pre-release for the new set.
Yes. So anyway, hopefully we have a live stream, and hopefully we see everyone there. Thank you very much.